Ready for green?
Green.
Commune with beavers. For green sorcery, look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal an artifact, creature, or land card from among them. Put it onto your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. I don't think you need this, but how good is it in with black mages?
You're so addicted.
I am so addicted, yeah. I mean, I have Vivi here on my shirt, and they feel really powerful. Not the same. They're not the same, but they feel really powerful. Like, that also works with it. Pretty bad, I think, really bad. But there might be a deck where you do that. Only top 3? No graveyard? I don't know. This doesn't seem good. I mean, it's also 1 mana cap. I mean, it's actually fine. Like, it's all artifact, creature, land. Mostly creature, land in green. You have only 1 artifact, if I remember correctly. Not enchantments, which you have, but creature enchantments work. I think it's okay. It's a D+.
Yeah, I'm on a D+ as well. It's a card that's probably often going to get cut, but like it really can't be that bad if it fills out the last parts of your deck. It's fine. Fine. Grand Pulse Ochu. For green, for creature, plant, beast, and it's a 1/1 with Death Touch. 8 mana until end of turn. This creature gets +1/+1 for each permanent card in your graveyard. I think this is good. I think this is totally solid 1-drop. Like, in terms of defending yourself, I guess the issue is that in this set specifically, if you trade off with your opponent's 2-drop, it's very likely that they leave value behind, quote-unquote value behind. Because they're like attached to equipment, et cetera, or they're like, you know, tokens, hero tokens from like the stupid Drake, etc. But I do think that this is, if you're not facing down one of those things, very solid defensive body. Like, for example, I think the same criticisms, going back, the same criticisms you had for the 3 mana Ariman apply to here as well, right? About like this being able to trade with things that you actually want a Death Touch to trade with. The 8 mana effect, it's really nice that it's there. Because then now your bodies that you put in your deck just to defend yourself and bridge yourself to the late game can actually be threatening for your whole turn. It takes your whole turn to be threatening, but it can be pretty threatening. I think this is a C.
I think it's a C- in this set, because I think 1/1 Death Touches are going to be much worse than this set. I think I would want bodies that have more than 1 power in it. Blitzball Shot for 1 and a black, 1 and a green. It's an instant, target creature gets +3/+3 against trample. Always kind of good. In a go wide set, this is gonna help green quite a lot, so I like this trick. It's either a C- or a D+. I think D+, not gonna be hard to get this.
All right. I think 3/3 is huge. 3/3 and trample is absolutely massive. So much damage. Any sort of curve out is super huge. I think this is gonna be quite good and will play out way better than people take it in the beginning. So I'm gonna put this at a C. I think when the meta shakes out, you want to be taking this at a C.
It's true, but I think it's kind of true. I think it's, yeah, put my grade to C-. Especially in this set where you're going wide, like it's gonna, when a lot of colors go wide, it's very hard to attack with your big creatures because you have a couple of them, and then when you do, opponent uses removal, and now you cannot block their go wide board at all. So C- for now, but it definitely, I think you might be more correct than me. You might be on this one. I'm on a 50-50.
This is so much stats. Yeah.
Can you read this one? I'm just gonna get some water.
Chocobo Kick. 1 and a green for a sorcery. Kicker. Sorry. Return a land you control to its owner's hand. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature an opponent controls. If the spell is kicked, the creature you control deals twice that much damage instead. Yeah, this is actually kind of nice. This is a green, so this falls into the same trap as most green punch spells, is that you do need that conditional creature on the battlefield. However, a large part of that conditionality is not you having the creature, but you having a creature with enough power. So the fact that you can tempo yourself a little in order to
A
knock
lot.
something out is very, 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 very good. I think this is a very good version of this. Like I take this doubling effect over instant speed any day, just because of like which situations you can use it. So I think this is a B minus.
Kicker is just a lore keyword, right? Yeah, I mean, right? This is the only card with kicker and it has kick in it. And it's a kick. That's interesting. But it's also like it's kind of perfect. What do you give it, a B minus?
B minus.
I'm on a B minus, even if it's a sorcery as well. Alright, it just if you're not killing anything, you do kind of kill anything if you get land back, and sometimes, Scotty, this is not a tempo hit. This is a tempo gain.
Yeah, it's a
Because
ramp spell.
yeah, sometimes it's a ramp spell.
Not a ramp spell, but sorry, but like make a treasure or whatever.
Yeah, for that turn.
Yeah.
It's like usually 2 mana just that something is nice, but it really is gonna be like it's a common, and you have 3 mana. You get the land, 3 lands. You get a land back. You play it. Now you can play another 2-drop, which you couldn't. Later on, when you're usually using this, not super early, you're gonna not have any more lands to play, so you can do that again. And then, so yeah, sometimes it is just 1 mana. Good amount of times, I would say. And then it's also, oh, it's not a target land. I know it's kicker is a cost. Never mind. So I don't know what I'm saying. Like it fizzles if it kills the creature, no matter what. But it's also landfall trigger, right? If you really need it. So, or it's late game. You're playing blue maybe, and you kind of don't want these lands on the battlefield anymore. You want to loot them, so you do that. So B minus. Yeah, this is so good.
It does a lot.
Does a lot. It's so good. This doesn't. Go boo Gardener. For 1 and a green, it's a 1/3. You tap it for green. What the fuck? How did we come back to this thing? Correct. How did we come back to this thing?
People love Druid of the Cal.
Yeah, but didn't we have like pretty good fixing, mana fixing, better stats and stuff like that?
At common? I don't think so.
No, we did. Like we did at common. Yeah, always. This is the worst example. It's either a 2/1. It's a 1/1 that's gonna grow, or it's a 1/1 that's gonna have that touch later for 2. Always.
Okay, you're definitely thinking about uncommons, I think. Oh,
No,
Tipster, you're right.
Frog is a
Tipster.
common. Tipster is a common,
Yeah.
and I mean that's in what my mind remembers in the recent times.
No, you're right. Frog. I forgot about Frog.
I really don't like 1/3 that kind of doesn't fix or trade. But 1/3 is not a horrible stat line for this set with a lot of 2/1s. 1/1. So they had to nerf it to cancel out the art bug. The art buff. I mean, I don't like it much. Mandor gets better with equipment. I mean, ramping is nice. In green, you're gonna draw a lot of cards, I guess. There's flashback, so this matters way more, I guess, than Druid of the Call mattered in almost every set where it was present. Because in almost every set, like sets before, card advantage was just not there. That's why people are I think, still in the mindset of, oh my god, I hate to get at that position where I'm just top decking and have nothing to play. That kind of doesn't happen that much anymore. But before, it was a constant thing that happened in limited games. But I don't know about it. It's just 1/3 that ramps me. I'm just on a B plus or C minus. But let's start with a C minus, because you do have a lot of things to do in this set. So you kind of always have things to do.
Yeah, I think ramp is better in this set than it usually is. C minus.
Okay. That's better.
Gishel greens, 1 and a green for a sorcery. Create a 2/2 green bird creature token with whenever a land you control enters. This token gets +1/+1 till end of turn. Flashback, 6 and a green. So 7 mana flashback. Normally it's just a bear. It's a bear. It's a bear that with some really, really late game value. But the late game value that you get in the hyper late game is a bear. So
It's not just a bear.
it's a bear with landfall, I guess.
Yeah, it's a bear that's gonna be a 3/2 on attacks. Sometimes even a 4/2.
Sure, on attacks, yeah. Now that's actually a big deal. It's 50% more power.
That's a big deal.
It is a big deal. You're right. It is a big deal. It is a big deal.
And it's a non-creature for the black mages with flashback. I mean, come on, it's everywhere.
Yeah. I do think this is a good 2-drop. I think this I'm quite happy with this as my 2. So this is a C+ for me.
Oh, by the way, Scotty, you probably don't know this. My viewers don't know this, but for a while now, for a long time now, my subscribe sound is Final Fantasy IX music when you win victory screen, when you win the battle. The fanfare, I think it's called. So I've been ready for this set before it was announced. Like I've been ready for it my whole life.
So does that mean you're going to retire after this set's done?
Yes. Why?
Why? Because it's only going to be downhill from here.
Oh,
You're
so
just going to
it's
keep on thinking about reliving the glory days.
I don't know. I'm very probably it's gonna. After a couple of months of drafting it, I'm gonna be ready for the next one. But right now, I'm so ready for this one. I'm so ready for this one though. What do you give this? A C+?
C+.
Yeah, C+, B-. I mean, it's a really good 2-drop. And it has flashback. Is this just a B-? I'm gonna give this... It's just a B-.
I don't know if that's a grade.
It is the grade. Is it the B-?
I write it down. Shapalapalapoo.
I love you, man. Oh man, I want to give it a B-. It's so nice. Let's start here as a C+, but I think it has a high chance of going to B-. Town Greeter for 1 and a green. It's a 1/1. When this creature enters, mill 4 cards. You may put a land card from among them into your hand. If you put a town card into your hand this way, you gain 2 life. I do love chocobos. No, B- is not a joke. Like, that's a 2-drop. That is a 2-drop. How much more do you expect from the 2? It's also really good against the 1/3s that we kind of like. That's big. Town Greeter is always a 1/1. In a set where 1/1s are kinda good. If you gain 2 life, this card is crazy.
Yep.
But...
Sorry, give me a second.
Yeah? What am I giving you? What? Okay, I can just continue, right? Alright, I don't know why I have to give him a second. So... if you get a town, it's crazy good. Obviously, crazy good. It's not better, it's just crazy good. But... I think most often you're not gonna get a town, so let's focus on that. -1 on black spell and push it up 1 grade. No, I don't think this cares about it. Also, my black spell is gonna be bad against black decks, so it can't be good. I don't think it's gonna be good, because it's gonna be bad against black decks. Anyways, it's your land. 4 is so much. Like 4 is a lot more than 3. Right, let's just go. With 3, let's do some data crunching. With 3, there's an 82% chance in a 17 land deck. With 4, there's a 90% chance. So when you have 3, it's almost the double chance that you miss when you mill 3 compared to 4. But both are most often gonna get you the thing. Kind of fine in Golgari. Kind of fine in blue that has flashback. Kind of fine with this. This is flashback. When you care about permanence, it's pretty good. I think it works out in this set. 1/1 is a big deal. but I think it definitely works well in this set. As being a 1/1, which blocks a lot of 2-drops. So I'm gonna give it a C.
I'll be a little bit more optimistic and go C+ on this one. I do think this is quite strong. For example, I think this will be premium if you're trying to play for the late game, if you care about talent synergies whatsoever. I think you'll love it. Snap up as many as you can.
And not really as many, because they always mill you 4 cards, right?
That's true. Don't deck yourself out.
But with Elixir. Elixir.
That's true. There we go. Airship crash. 2 and a green for an instant. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or creature with flying. Cycling 2. I mean, this is like can be a combat trick if you knock out equipment, and there's a ton of equipment in the set. Maybe sometimes flying will be super important. I don't think this is going to be good in this set. I don't think this is going to be something that I'm happy main decking in the set. It's always quite difficult to tell, I think. But I think it's still like a D for me.
You know, the first time when I played Final Fantasy IX, when the airship crashed, that's the first time you get into the zone where you have random encounters, which I actually loved when I was a kid, when I was younger. And I farmed like 99 potions, because you can't get too much, it's just like basic enemies. But I was like, oh my god, I can just fight them and I keep getting stronger, this is so good. And I farmed 99, a lot of cash and everything, and I was hours and hours in the fighting against the wolves. I think you only fight against this one type of opponent here, and that was something I loved when I was a kid. Then I continued playing. That's pretty bad, yeah. I'm on an F. I don't think you play this. D minus actually. Did you give it an F?
Nope, I gave it a D.
I'm on a D minus because there are some. I mean, cycling is okay, right? And it kills artifacts or enchantments, I guess. And then there are enough in this set, but still pretty bad, I think. Bard's Bow. For 2 and a green, you get a 3/3 with reach, and you can re-equip it for 6 to give +2/+2. I mean, this is pretty damn good, Scotty. This is like very reasonably sized, and when you have that mana sink late into the game, +2/+2 makes anything pretty huge. In this set, we had like a 4 mana 4 for with reach, and when it dies, you gotta pay 5 to put +2/+2 counters. You can do this infinite amount of times for 1 more. I think this is really good. I'm gonna give it a C.
Yeah, this is super solid C for me.
Is
you know,
it
nothing
really?
like too spectacular, outstanding, but it's incredibly irritating if you're trying to kill your opponent with like small flyers, because then they're gonna have time to re-equip this. Irritating. Laporte Scout. 2 and a green for a creature, Rabbit Scout. It's a 3/2. Whenever another creature you control enters, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. I mean, this can hit sort of hard on your turn if you can make multiple bodies, you know, sort of even better. But I don't think this is. It's kind of strange. Like, this is a payoff for going wide, but it's not a card that I usually want in that sort of go wide deck, because I'd rather like go wider and then finish off with my actual finishers instead of relying on this sort of dinky finisher.
Yeah.
So like let's take the go wide out of the equation. How good is this in just like a normal sort of curve out deck as like a curve filler? It's all right. It's okay. D+.
D+ seems fine, yeah. There's a lot of cards that go wide, so it's a little bit better there. But very bad on the defense. It's a problem. Like 3/2s are horrible against 2-drops. That kind of kills the card. So Precious Wanderings. For 2 and a green, instant search your library for a basic land card or a town card, put it on the battlefield, tapped, then shuffle. When you search your library this way, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature control. This is way better than what we've seen, like with I don't know. One creature. I don't think this is that bad, Scotty. I think this is fine.
Yeah,
if
this is a combat trick.
Oh, it's an instant! Oh, it's an instant! It's
Yeah, it's
instant!
a combat trick!
Wait, it's a combat trick!
Yeah, what in the world?
Oh! And it cannot fizzle, because when you search your library this way. Alright, I'm actually gonna C for this one.
Yeah, C, I think as well. I could see it being higher than that. This card is like irritating. You know
Yeah.
how this card feels so bad if you're just casually getting. Someone's gonna roll into pre-release trying to experience the set for the first time, and then they're gonna get got by this, and it's like such a common thing, and it's so irritating. This presence alone makes combat on turn 3 so irritating.
And there's landfall
Um,
with
yeah,
chocobos.
so
Oh, this is so good
it's
with chocobos,
annoying.
right? It's gonna be so irritating. Like, you're
Yeah,
gonna get a 4-3 all of a sudden. No, you're gonna get a 5-3.
yeah.
5-3 with this. With the greens. Huh.
Why is
Yeah. I could see this being a C plus even. Green multicolor deck. Okay.
Why is this mythic in the middle of this when it doesn't transform? I don't understand. Whatever. It's okay.
Gigantoad?
Gigantode. 3 and a green for a creature frog. It's a 4/4. As long as you control 7 or lands, this creature gets +2/+2. Oh, okay. I'm a little disappointed this has no keywords. This is fine. It's okay. It's gosh. I just don't really want to prioritize this I don't think you need to prioritize this whatsoever. This is a
Yeah.
D for me.
Okay, with a C minus D plus. Let's start it as a D plus. It's fine. Summon Fat Chocobo. For 4 and a green, it's a 4/4. Okay, Enchantment Saga Bird. Pleasantly plump summon. It has work. You create 2. No, you create 1/2 green. You create a green bird, right, with landfall. So you get a body, right? You get a 4/4. 4 chapters, right? So it's gonna take 2 times, block 3 times. Depending what you choose, you get a 2/2. And then it has Kerplunk. Creatures you control gain trample until end of turn. The work is a sound, right, when the chocobo arrives or something, and then Kerplunk is when it like lands on creatures. Mm. Hmm. Everything gets trample, your landfall birds get trample. This also gets trample for those 2 turns. I think it's fine. 4/4 and 2/2 for 5 is good. But this is not a 4/4 and a 2/2 for 5. Because this creature is gonna die. But then there are some saga synergies with green uncommons. So that's gonna be really, 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 really good with it. I'm not sure. In a C range. Yeah, white green and red green uncommon is very good with this. Really a game finish on its own. But trample is pretty good in a go wide set. And it stays for a while. I could see a C minus, yeah, C minus seems fine. Maybe it's better.
Okay. I'm gonna go for a really generous C for a 5-drop. It's actually really, really nice that the summons are really interesting because where the different effects are dictate how good they are at blocking on turn 1. And I think it's extremely important that they're good at blocking on turn 1. And this card is extremely good at blocking on turn 1 because you really don't care if they trades off for a card, the saga itself, because you already got pretty much your full like actual defensive value out of it. So I actually think that works pretty stinking well, but lower grade because it's a 5-drop, but C for me.
Works well with 1 green bites. Not sure how, but like
Balam T-Rexor.
just 1 second. 1 green bites green spell doesn't double doesn't do anything for the stats. Just so it's clear. Okay, Scotty.
Balam T-Rexor. 4 green for a creature dinosaur. It's a 6/6. Has trample. When this enters, you gain 3 life. 4 cycling 2. Okay. This is one that's actually kind of worth.
Yeah.
This is by far the best of the cycling cards.
Dreadmaw is in shambles.
Yeah, this is way better Dreadmaw. Like we've talked about this like previously about when 6-drops gain life, it's kind of like they can sort of block multiple creatures for the turn, hold something back and potentially eat something, and also makes this your opponent necessarily can't wrap around. I'm a little afraid if this set does go as wide, as it's sort of looking to be. Maybe that's not enough to justify like 6-drop dork, right? That can then just die or whatever. Uh, but I still think this is gonna be good. I still think this is gonna be good. So I'm giving this like a I'm giving this like a C plus.
I'm okay with a C plus. 3 life is big. It's not quite 4 life, but 3 life is okay. Especially if you're losing to what, Scotty? Black mages. And then 3 life is gonna be important. And then it
Yeah,
also has
I will buy you a turn versus your horde of black mages.
yeah, and then it's trampling over them, right?
Yeah,
That's kind of huge.
yeah. I mean, you're gonna dirtle around, spend 6 mana on your Balam T Rexar, and then you're it's gonna get surrounded by black mages. It's gonna die, and you're gonna die.
Now you're maybe gonna die, but this guy's not gonna die probably. Okay, okay. Wait, we're done with green commons? That was pretty fast.
Yeah,
Green
we just have to be aware because some of these mythics are hiding in the. Oh no, I'm just stupid. I had the mythic filter on. Never mind, ignore me.
We got a side quest, and this is an actual really good one. Raise a chocobo. For 1 and a green, you get an enchantment on creature, just to be clear, and it creates a 2/2 chocobo. You know what it is. But also it flips at the beginning of your first main phase if you control 4 or more birds, and it flips into a black chocobo, which is exactly the same like all the chocobos, but when it flips into this, you search for a land, any land, put it on the battlefield tapped, and whenever a land enters, you control enters, all the birds get +1/+0. All the birds. Oh yeah, they should fly, but never mind. All the birds get +1/+0. So basically, your other birds are going to be 4/2s. They are gonna be 4/2s, and this can attack right away because it's transformed. So it didn't enter the battlefield this turn, and that's you can have 4 birds, and if you don't, it's fine. You made a 2/2. It's okay. So this one looks pretty damn good, and that 5-drop makes 2 birds. That's great. I'm gonna be on a B- for this one.
Okay, C plus for me. It's a good card. I think it's basically on the same level as the common.
Like there is more uncommon birds, and then like that's 2 birds. That one chocobo 5-drop is 2 birds. That's just 2 right away, right there.
The common is 2 birds technically.
Ah, then there's enough. I think this is gonna be a real thing. Okay,
Are we on Cactuar?
we are on Cactuar.
Cactuar, green for a creature plant. It's a 3/3 with trample. At the beginning of your end step, if this creature didn't enter the battlefield this turn, return it to its owner's hand. This is a very strange Bizarro card. I'm not entirely sure what kind of synergies this has in this set. So let's walk through how it actually plays out. You cast it. It can block on your opponent's turn, right? It can attack the next turn, and then it bounces itself. Then it goes back to your hand, so it can't block the next turn after that.
Yeah.
Strange, kind of weird. It's generally not going to be worth that, and I don't think that there's any sort of abnormal synergies. Like we just came off of Tarkir, where Efreet or whatever that card was the best self bouncer in red was actually pretty good. I don't think, unless I'm missing something, I don't think this has any sort of synergy, and on its own, it's not worth it. So I think this is just like a D.
Yeah, this is sad because I was thinking about tattooing the Cactuar. That was what I was thinking on my body, because I love them. I don't know why, but I do love them. Yeah, this seems fine. There's no synergies with this entering the battlefield, I think, so this seems fine. Clash of Icons. For a green, choose one or more. Target creature you control fights target creature opponent controls, or remove a lore counter from target side under control, or put a lore counter on target side. Oh, I don't think very good to remove lore counter. It can have some huge. The 10,000 needles is on a rare or mythic somewhere that it has like 10,000 attack or something. 9999 attack, I guess. There are
I mean,
some
removing a lore
sagas.
counter is good because you can target the same thing, right? Removing a lore counter is good because you can target the same thing to remove and add, right?
Oh, one or more. Oh, wait, it's a one or more. What do you mean you can oh, it's one or more.
Yeah, so it stays on the same chapter, but you trigger the chapter
You
ability again.
trigger the chapter again. Wait, that's really good actually. Oh, I thought it was one. Wait, one or more is
That card would
good.
suck.
Yeah, that would pretty much suck. It would be just a fight spell, right? Which sucks. Prey upon. Okay, that's pretty damn good. Wait, so first you fight. I mean, it happens at the same time, right? But you remove it, then edit. Okay, that's really cool. You can fight with sagas then, like, which are maybe gonna die. So it's fine if they die. Even if the saga dies, it still got the chapter off. Like, you can trigger that, get a 2-2. If you play it right away, you can trigger the white one that deals 4 damage. You can tap another creature, put a stun counter with Shiva. I mean, that's a lot of things. I'm gonna B-.
Yeah, B minus is good.
Huh.
I mean, of course, it's just prey upon if you don't have any sagas, but
This is. Go, Scotty, go.
okay. We are at what? Tifa's limit? No, we're at Saz's Chocobo. Saz's Chocobo is 1 green. Sorry, so green, 1 mana total. For a creature bird, it's an 0/1. Landfall. Whenever a land you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Yeah, this is a pretty strong delta between when you drop this card. Anytime in the first like 3 turns, it's good. Anytime after that, it's fairly bad. Fairly bad. There are some things that, you know, like for example, the common that help you recast or replay a land, which is like sort of nice. But if you cast this on curve, it's painful. Painful. It gets really big relatively quickly, can outscale only for 1 mana. So the best part about this is not that it will dominate combat, right? Which I think it's easy to try and expect because you're putting effort into this. You're hitting your land drops and you're like, you feel like you're putting something in it, so you expect it to dominate the board. But it doesn't really have to. You paid 1 mana for it. You know? Paid 1 mana for it. The worst thing about it is the late game draw. It's pretty crap. But I think overall this is still like a C+.
I mean, there are these commons, right? The 3 mana that puts a counter and adds a land. The 2 mana that deals damage and bounces a land back. And I think those are enough for me to push this to a C+. Those are commons. I think those are enough. In a usual set, probably much lower grade, but I think those are enough. Because sometimes it's gonna be crazy, sometimes it's gonna be probably just fine because of those cards. Also, blue-green card that gets you lands and 1/1 that gets you lands. Yeah, I think green is gonna be really good at, I mean, getting lands, yeah, but also replaying lands and playing lands, yeah. Tifa's limit break for a green, it's a tiered spell, so if you pay only green, target creature gets +2/+2. If you pay 3 mana, target creature power and toughness are doubled until the end of turn. If you pay 8 mana, you triple target creature's power and toughness. I mean, that's an amazing trick. So 1 mana +2/+2 wins most combats, okay, sure. 3 mana 4/4 wins a lot of combats, and there is trample in this set, and I mean there's a 6-drop with trample as well that we kinda like. Which makes that guy into a 12/12, which is gonna close the games a lot of times. And if you triple it for 8, I mean, that's gonna win a lot of games, but it is still 8. Still 8. I really like this trick. I'm gonna give it a C.
Yeah, I'll give this a C plus. I mean, do you like that it exists? Are you happy about this card existing?
Not very much.
Okay, yeah. At least you're consistent. I was gonna say you didn't like the black one existing, and this has the same effect with the blue card.
Oh, if you can pay 5 mana when you have the +3/+3 trample trick. You put it like
Yep,
on a 4/4, and that thing is now 14/14 trample.
that's pretty big.
That's irritating.
Um, Galef's final act, 1 in the green for an instant. Until end of turn, target creature gets +1/+0 and gains. When this creature dies, put a number of +1/+1 counters equal to its power on up to one target creature. This is conditional, and you actually you have to engineer a spot for this to be useful.
You can use it on the
I
opponent's
understand that the payoff.
creature.
You can use it on the opponent's creature, sure, but it still has to get like into combat, right?
It's,
Or I guess you could kill it with a removal spell, but that's a pretty major hoop to jump through.
it feels really bad.
Yeah, this is a pretty major hoop to jump through. Regardless of how strong the effect is, I'm just not generally a fan of this, so I'm gonna give this a D minus.
I'm going to give this an F. I think this is an unplayable card. It's very cool, and I think every deck where you play it, you're gonna win more with any other card.
Yeah, this is not even synergy. I don't know why it's an F. You're right. Like, there's nothing. I don't know.
F
I
is
can't think of anything right now that actually makes it work.
F is for cards that are not worth a full card, right? When you have a 2 mana aura, that's usually bad. Like 2 mana +2/+2. That's usually not very. But that aura at least always gives you something right away. This thing, combat. Not doesn't make you win combat. Something needs to die. Okay. And then for the next turn, you're getting this. Or you're maybe killing your
Yeah.
opponent's creature, and for the next turn, you're getting this. It's abysmal. This is maybe.
Hey,
Yeah?
Coop is right. You definitely don't want to cast this on your opponent's stuff.
This creature. Oh, the creature gains. So this is even worse. This was bad.
That's even worse.
Yeah. Like this was an F before it got worse.
Oh, that's great. This is funny.
So all these situations where it could work, where you're saying like something with very high power, low toughness, is where it's really bad. Like when you get it going, it's bad. As it's like a super slow aura. And auras are just not good. Super slow auras with crazy conditions. No. This is every time I see this in a deck, I'm gonna know who I'm playing against. I'm gonna know. Ride the Shoe Path. It's 1 and a green, land, enchantment, just an enchantment. Whenever a land you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. For 7 mana, this enchantment becomes a 7/7 beast creature in addition to its other types. Okay, this is interesting. It's also, I think, very weak. Because you play this, it means you're not playing a creature. You gotta play a creature before that. Wait, okay, this is forever. Is this not because 7? Is this forever? Like 7 mana forever? 7/7?
Yeah, it's not until end of turn. It just stays as a 7/7.
Oh, it's just forever. Oh, okay. Well, that's something. Nice. Usually they make these cards absolute trash. Okay, well, this is something. This is okay. This can work. This has a very bad sequencing in when you want to play this, when you have enough creatures and so on, as you don't want to be left behind. But actually paying 7 to make it into 7/7 forever makes this kind of fine, like a D+. Also, this set having like that 3 mana card and a 2 mana get back card is kind of cool.
Okay. I'll go a little bit higher. I'll go like C minus. on this one. I mean, it's like a 3-drop, right? You drop your 2-drop, then you drop this, then you drop a land.
And
Counter
but
immediately.
then if they kill
Yeah,
that 2, 3,
sure.
that
And that,
2 drop
well, if they kill that one, then you play a 3-drop, and then you play another land.
or 4 drop or
It's okay.
something.
It's okay. It's okay. I don't think it's that bad. But yeah, C minus for me.
Okay. Ooh, this one.
Torgal, a fine hound. 1 and a green for a legendary wolf. It's a 2/2. Whenever you cast your first human creature spell each turn, that creature enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it for each dog and or wolf you control. And tap to add 1 mana of any color. Mana is great. Mana is really good in this set. So big fan. There's some number of humans. Some. Not like an overwhelming amount. It's not going to be like every single creature that you have.
There is actually like a pretty large amount. Like all the legendaries are here.
Yeah, it's gonna miss. Oh yeah, that's true. Most of the legendaries. It's gonna miss like your equipment, etc. But I don't think that's like a big deal. But this is very strong. I think this is like premium B minus 2-drop.
Yeah, without the effect, it's I think it's a B minus or B minus without the effect. And
Do you want to give it a B?
you know what's cool? There is another uncommon wolf, which I think is really really powerful. In green. I think I'm gonna B. There's 32 humans, uncommon or common. What about commons? What about common human? There's only 5. I mean, Town Greeter is a human. It's only creatures that you play though, so. But in green, I think that's fine. I don't think green is that much about non-creatures. So I kind of want to put that anywhere, but it's not anywhere. Okay, all the legendaries are humans. Like, great card if it buffs thing once, that's crazy. So B, I'm on a B. It is a fucking legendary though, so that's worrisome. Q Gourmet. For 2 and a green, it's a 2/3. If 1 or more tokens would be created under your control, those tokens plus a 1/1 green frog creature token are created instead. For 2, you can sack a frog and put a +1/+1 counter on queen. Okay, that's actually really good in this set. This set, I don't think I remember any set that had this amount of tokens everywhere, in every color. So this is wild. Even though it's a freaking 3 mana 2/3, which is pretty bad. And I'm so happy because I love Queen. Even though it's hard to use card, I think, before you know the mechanics. And I don't really like to Google when I'm playing a single player RPG. I like this minigame as well, just collecting frogs. Yeah, this is really good though. Like, everything is it's any token. It's also treasures. Oh, I'm giving this a B minus, man. I know it's a 3 mana 2/3, but everything is a token. Every single equipment makes a token. All the birds are tokens. There are treasures that are tokens. Every freaking thing makes a token in this set. It just pushes every single one of those cards, and that's most cards in this set. It pushes it to like a B minus minimum territory.
I mean, when you cast this, the amount of stats you fall behind on the board are quickly going to get made up.
Yeah.
Just by casting your normal cards. So.
Yeah. Casting really good cards.
Summon Fenrir, 2 and a green for a.
You didn't give it a grade, Scotty.
Oh, sorry, I gave it a B minus as well.
You did is a lot.
Yeah. It's a 3/2. That's because I'm writing them down, so I forget to say them.
That doesn't make any sense, but okay.
What do you mean? I put in the grade and then I move on.
If you write them down, like it's kind of like you remind yourself that you have.
All right. I'm not gonna put in any grades. You got it. It's a 3/2 Saga Wolf.
Thanks for writing
Crescent
them down.
Fang. Chapter 1. Chapter 1. Search your library for a basic land card. Put it onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. Chapter 2. When you next cast a creature spell this turn, that creature enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. Chapter 3, draw a card if you control the creature with the greatest power or tied for the greatest power. And this is an insane amount. It's an insane amount of value for from your 3-drop Saga. Pretty wild additional stats on the board, not to mention this being a body on its own. Like this having 2 toughness and not being able to like hold back creatures is a little rough, right? Because
Why?
then,
You just block
after
and trade and you traded and you got a land.
and you got to land. Yeah,
On the
yeah, sure.
battlefield. On the battlefield.
That's totally fine. I mean, this is great. This is a B for me. This is a B.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But it's not like, a super crazy bomb uncommon. This is just a B. It's really good.
I would say it's up there. It's up there. Like for a 3-drop, this is a crazy bomb uncommon. And it's also a saga if you need that. Yeah, this is crazy. Like, so 3-2, search your library, get a basic land, put it, ramp. You don't just get it in your hand, man. You're ramping. Landfall, sure, why not? And then, okay, please attack with your fucking 1-drop or a 2-drop, I don't care. Please trade with this. I just got a land on the battlefield with 3-2. Okay, don't trade with this. Probably gonna play something that's now has a +1/+1. Alright. I mean, I'm playing green in this set. I'm probably gonna draw a card as well. So yeah, please don't trade with this. But also please do trade with this. So I don't know, whatever you do, you're doing it. Whatever happens, you're doing it. So please trade. Please don't trade. Yeah. B. Maybe a B+, but I'm gonna start it as a B. This is crazy, crazy good. Also fixes. Right? What the hell?
Yeah, it does everything.
Reach the horizon. This thing does nothing. It's a 3 and a green. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards and or town cards with different names. Put them on a battlefield tapped and then shuffle and then ask yourself, why didn't I play a 4-drop? Because opponent plays a 4-drop and they destroy me now. So F. Play that 3 mana that puts a counter. It's 3 mana. By the time you get 4, you probably really don't need 2 lands.
Yeah, it's an F.
So play that freaking 3 mana instant +1/+1 counter. Play that. But it gets me top. This is also when I play against this.
Vanille Cheerful Lessier. 3 green for 4 mana total for legendary creature, human cleric. It's a 3/2. When it enters, mill 2 cards and return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. At the beginning of your first main phase, if you own and control this and a creature named Fang, Fearless Lycia, that we looked at before in black, you may pay 3 black green. If you do, exile them, meld into Ragnarok Divine Deliverance. We've seen this before. This is a 7/6 with a ton of keywords, and when it dies, you destroy something.
And return something.
This card, unlike the last one, is good.
Yep.
On its own. This card is good on its own. This card is very, very good on its own. A 3/2 can trade with a lot of things for 4 mana, and you're super thrilled to just trade it off just because you already got your good value off of it. You can play this on an empty board and, most likely at least get a land off of it. Totally fine. Totally fine. I think this is a B-.
Yeah, I mean, also, this is actually pretty cool with the other card. Because, like, if you have the other card on the battlefield, it draws you a card, right?
Yep.
And then if you have the other card in the graveyard, you can get it here on the battlefield. So that's kind of cool. You mill and then you get something right. Yeah, this is great. I'm gonna be minus at least. Just for the first effect. The second one is really cool. That kind of works well with this. No lifelink, right? Vigilance, Menace, Trample. Oof, Chocobo Racetrack. 3 double green landfall. It's an artifact landfall. Whenever a land enters under your control, you create the 2/2 Chocobo. With landfall, you know the one. All of them are the same. Oh man, 5 mana that doesn't affect the board at all. 5 mana that requires you to play more land. Oh no, Chocobo card that is bad. Yeah, it's a Chocobo card that is bad. And this, even in this set, even with some of the cards that we saw, is... Why are you guys giving it those grades? I like the Chocobo Racing, I did. But we are both gonna give it an F.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Let me ask you, was Zendikar's Royal an F?
What is that?
Zendikar's Royal, huh? It's the same thing, 5 mana, but this is strictly better. They made 2/2s, 2/2 elementals.
Wait, is the Royal the 5/3 with reach?
No, the Royal is a 5 mana enchantment that landfall when it ETBs make a 2/2 elemental. Is that card enough?
When with landfall, make a 2/2.
Yeah, I'm just wasting time. It's enough.
Yeah, I don't even remember that
Yep.
card. Yeah, F is exactly the right grade for this. It would be super interesting if this is not one of the worst cards in the set. I cannot
Yeah,
imagine.
I mean, it's. I think the trap you can get into this is like if you played Zendikar Rising and you remember Felidar, what is it, Hideout, or whatever that card
But
was.
that's 4 mana, right?
Yeah, it's 4 mana and also could team pump.
Also could team pump, yeah.
Yeah, so
And
kind
yeah,
of
and
insane.
4 mana is night and day, right?
Yep. Yeah.
In this set, yeah, you kind of have some things that can make this better, right? But I would be surprised if this is not one of the worst cards in the set. And I hope it's not. I really hope that we are missing something. I don't think we are, but I really hope we are.
Rydia's Return. 3 green for sorcery. Choose one. Creatures you control get +3/+3 until end of turn, or return up to 2 target permanent cards from graveyard to your hand. Both these modes are a struggle. They're a struggle. +3/+3 with no evasion is not very good. It's just not. But it's not very good because it's hard to find the situation where you can actually overwhelm your opponent. And in those situations, yes, I guess you can return 2 cards from your graveyard to your hand, which is nice, but I don't think even with the flexibility, this is going to be that good. I think this is just a D+.
I'm gonna sure D+ seems fine. Coliseum Behemoth, 5 and double green, 7/7 Trampler. When this creature enters, choose one. Draw a card or destroy target artifact or enchantment. Okay. If green is ramping a lot, draw a card is kind of bad. 7/7 Trample draw a card, but you can always do that. But an artifact or enchantment, I mean, it doesn't gain you life, doesn't create multiple bodies, but I think it's fine in green. I think you're gonna be okay with getting lands in. So I think you can go to 7 mana. And I think by that point, Artifact Enchantment is gonna matter a lot. So I'm gonna give this a C.
Yeah, I am also on a C. I don't think you need to pick this up particularly highly, but it's a huge difference, as you were saying, that the green ramp spells are actually good.
Yeah, they are actually good.
Yeah, it's a huge difference.
Now, that doesn't make the Chocobo Racetrack better. Because with Chocobo Racetrack, you get to 7 mana, you play this. You get to 7 mana, you play that, and it does nothing. Okay? That's the problem. You're not gonna be keeping all of your lands in your hand to finally start getting some tutus. Like when you have 7 mana, you play this, it's nothing. When you have 7 mana, you play this, it's a 7/7 Trampler that probably kills something important. That's the difference. Oh, this is cool.
Okay, so Diamond Weapon, 7 green. For a legendary artifact creature elemental, it's an 8/8. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each permanent card in your graveyard, has reach, and is immune, which means it prevents all combat damage that would be dealt to Diamond Weapon. It's not that difficult to power this out in this format. It's really not. You got the Town Crier or Town Seeker, whatever it is, at common. The black one if you really need it, but like there's stuff that bins, trading, etc. Not so bad. The fact that this has no evasion is kind of sort of rough, but
when you're looting or
it's
rummaging and discarding
nice.
lands,
Yeah, it's true. You can loot and rummage as well. That's nice. I don't think it's super unreasonable to get this down like turn 6, like pretty consistently.
5
And this is a
mana.
pretty dang good. This is pretty dang good 6-drop. It's pretty dang good 6-drop, and 5-drop even better.
I don't know.
So I think this one's actually like a B-.
Is this a good 6-drop? Is this a good 6-drop?
It's a decent 6-drop.
That it goes wide and so on, I'm not sure. And I don't know, I think I'll be happier, much happier with the 6 mana 6 gain 3 life trample in this set. And also it's an artifact which I don't think is good, because I don't think green cares about artifacts.
Yeah, because it can get suplexed.
Yeah, 2 mana and kill it in red, right? 2 mana in red and you destroy this.
Yeah.
I
think this is a C, actually.
And really good removal in this set that kills basically anything. I want to see, because I think a focus deck, like if you get 2 or 3 of these in your Golgari deck and you're kind of milling a lot just naturally, and then you probably do play that 3 mana get back creatures from your graveyard, because there's also really good sagas in both of those colors, I think. And then like I don't think it's gonna be that weird when you mill a ton to play that for 3 mana and play this for like sometimes even for 2, 3. But no trample is big, but I think I'm gonna give it a C, because I think in the right deck it's really good, but in the wrong deck it's completely useless, and you're not always gonna be doing this in green. But I mean, completely useless is like, it's gonna be so easy to be this be a 6-0, but then so many non-creatures do it. You kind of have to mill and loot. I think it's okay though. I think it's okay. We are onto the green rares. Do we have any?
First one is Esper Origins. Esper Origins is a 1 and a green for a sorcery. Surveil 2, you gain 2 life. If the spell is cast from your graveyard, exile it, then put it onto the battlefield transformed under its owner's control with a finality counter on it. Has flashback, 3 and a green. So essentially, if you flash it back, you Surveil 2, then you gain 2 life, then you flip it. Flips into Summon Esper Maduin. Maduin? It's a 4/4 with Chapter 1. Reveal the top card of your library. If it's a permanent card, put it into your hand. Chapter 2, add 2 green mana. Chapter 3, other creatures you control get +2/+2 and gain trample until end of turn. This one being the actual overrun, which is kind of sort of funny.
This is so weird.
This is a strange card because on its face, Surveil 2 gain 2 life is not good. That's not good.
That's not good.
And 4 mana, so you get a 4/4 with Surveil 2 gain 2 life, and maybe, I guess at that point, because you just Surveil 2, you're most likely going to draw that card, right? You just get to fix the top and then you probably draw a card.
Yeah,
so 4/4 draw card. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think overall, it's strong. It's kind of an issue. I would love to be able to cast this on turn 4, but asking to spend 2 mana to not affect the board before that is a little rough. That's a pretty big downside in order for you to get this on turn 4. But overall, I think it's good. Overall, I think it's like a C+.
I want a C+ as well. Because in late game it is also gonna be a finisher, so that's kind of nice. And you can loot it or something, but paying 2 for this effect is not very good. But it's also a non-creature if you care about it, which green kind of doesn't, but the other color might. Yeah, I don't know if you want to play it for 4 really, right? You're gonna get a 4/4 draw card, get 2 mana, but the other creatures is not gonna matter that much, and you're gonna be a bit behind on tempo even when you get the 2 mana. You're gonna be behind on tempo. So maybe later.
Yeah, it's probably better later.
But still, C+ is fine, and pretty good looting in this set. Some good milling as well, so yeah, sure. That's the only green rare with a flip side. We are onto the town in green. Zanarkand, Ancient Metropolis. Scotty, if you didn't, gotta listen to at Zanarkand or to Zanarkand. It's everybody's very divided about it, but I think it's to Zanarkand. I don't know. It's like,
I have no idea what you just said.
you needed to listen to that piece.
It's a music. Okay, music.
When you're done with the set. Okay. Adventureland. All right, it's a tapped basic forest, but for 6 mana it's a sorcery. Create a 1/1 colorless hero creature token, put a +1/+1 counter on it for each land you control. Alright. It's either land most of the time, and then when you have 6 mana, it's a pretty big creature. That's pretty cool. But it's also sick. I mean, that's pretty cool, right? Like, you hold this when you really don't need any more lands. For sure. I don't think it's a C plus or anything. It's you do get a land as well for landfall. I'm okay with a C for this one. This is fine.
Hachi Machi. This is the best one. B minus.
Oh! Why is
Yeah, this is a chunker with land cycling 1. This is the forest cycling 1 that you were looking for. Huge chunker. Love it. Amazing. Brilliant.
Oh, that's actually
Like,
true.
what's the downside? Just hit your land drop.
Yeah, this is
it's great.
This is a forest cycling. Yeah, this is a forest cycling for one. As a big chunk. Yeah! That's also when you play it, gonna get your land in. Okay, I want to B minus. This is the best one, yes.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah, good. Wait, B minus?
All right. Tifa, right? Tifa Lockhart. 1 in a green for a legendary human monk.
Wait, Scotty! It's also in green, and you can get back your land easily in green.
Yeah, you can. Oh yeah, you can. Yeah, so you can play it early, and then you can like bounce it with the fight spell. Yeah, amazing, incredible.
Cool.
Yeah, that's definitely worth mentioning. Yeah, for sure. So Tifa is 1 in a green for a legendary creature, human monk. It's a 1/2 with trample, landfall. Whenever land you control enters, double Tifa Lockhart's power until end of turn. Okay, so like the dream here is that you get what, like a 4/2, right?
Or you equip it.
Sure. Yeah, equipping. I guess the dream is to equip it and then double it twice.
Or you put a wait.
Or +1/+1 counter. Sure. But it actually works extremely well with the
does it?
The common, right?
Do you do both at the same time? Yeah. I think you do. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
It's not one after the other.
That's still kind of work that you have to do. A little bit of work.
It's gonna be like a 6.
I think it's
3.
Fine. I think it's fine still after you jump through those hoops, and even then, like it's an attacking 2/2 at like at minimum. So it's fine. I think this is a C.
What if you play the black thing that makes it into 7 and then play a land?
Yeah, then it's a 14. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's very good. This is gonna be expensive, right? Expensive card.
I don't know.
What
it's probably amazing in Commander.
Yeah, what do you
C.
I don't think it's very good. Basically, most of the time, like, I think that the 2/2 Chocobo with flashback is a god in limited compared to this. I'm just gonna give this a D.
D. I'll go D minus.
Very cool.
I think you're right. It compares really poorly to Chocobo.
And very cool if you can equip it with like for 3 life, right? With a +3/+0. That's pretty cool. The Earth Crystal for 2 and double green. Green cost 1 less. If 1 or more +1/+1 counters will be put on creature control, twice that many are put. For 4 and double green, you tap it and distribute 2 +1/+1 counters among 1 or 2 target creatures you control. Alright, this one... green spells cost less. I mean, you may be playing like... These don't work that bad with flashback. Giving Tifa the Lola mods. It's both mods. Doing that. Okay, so for 6, you are putting 4 counters on your things. But not many things put counters on your things in this, right?
The common ramper.
Yeah, that's about it, right?
Yeah. I mean the Chocobo landfall one.
And this is a little bit irritating for 6, right? Well, like it's
pretty good for 6.
It's irritating.
It's a lot of stats.
But you did.
It's instant speed.
Pay 4 to kind of do nothing.
Yeah.
But it is playable card. Maybe as a D plus or a D.
D plus.
D plus is okay. It's playable.
Where is this? Can you read the next one?
All right. Next up, we got Saz Katsroy. For 4 mana, you got a 3/3. But when it enters, you may search your library for a bird or basic land card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle. Okay, so you draw a card. And whenever you attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, then double the number of +1/+1 counters on that creature. Okay, that's a pilot, but okay, that's a lot. That's definitely a lot. Okay. Wow. So, wow, that's a lot. First, like you gotta have 3/3 that draws you a card. Sometimes it's a bird, yeah. There are some good birds to get. So sometimes it's a real card, and sometimes it's a fixing for literally any basic land. Yeah, and then it attacks as a 5/5 for the first time, or gives something else, makes something else bigger, sure. And this is crazy. I'm gonna give this a B+. I mean, it's a 3/3 that draws you a card, and then it's really good on attacks.
Yeah, B+ as well.
B+, okay. That's so good. That is so good. If you didn't have the first text, it would be quite a bit lower. But then it's a 3/3 that has to attack. Still fine, but quite a bit lower. The first one just completely sells it. If it dies, it's great. If it doesn't, it's great.
Summoner's Grimoire, 3 and a green for artifact equipment with job select. Equipped creature is a shaman in addition to its other types and has whenever this creature attacks, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. If that card is an enchantment card, it enters tapped and attacking. Equip 3. So this is a 1/1.
It's a 1/1.
That's a 4 mana 1/1. This is unplayable. This is an F.
No, it's not the first turn. On the second turn, it's a 5/5. And on the third turn, it's like what? 3? It's a 9. Yeah. Third turn. Job select is you make a 1/1 and equip this to it. This is horrible. It's an F. Bards and Boko. For 3 and double green, it's a 4/3 that has affinity for burps. When Bards and Boko enters, each other burb you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature opponent controls. There are a lot of burbs in green, and they're very good to play. You're just gonna play them. Okay, so this is gonna be like 4 up to 2 mana card that kills anything. That's an A-.
Okay.
That's a bomb. It's a 2 for 1
Yeah,
on the
that's.
board.
I mean that is very, very good.
And it's a Scotty. And this is not a 2/2 or 3.
Yeah, this is very, very, very good. This is an A-.
Yeah, that's a bomb.
Yeah, incredible. Summon Titan. Summon Titan is 3 green for 5 mana for a reach trample 7/7. Ho. Chapter 1, mill 5 cards. Chapter 2, return all land cards from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Chapter 3, until end of turn, another target creature you control gains trample and gets +X/+X, where X is the number of lands you control.
Okay.
Yeah, so this hits pretty stinking hard. You play this. If it hits chapter 2, you get a little bit of value, and you whack for 7, reach trample. Gosh, even with reach on the front side is really nice.
If you
So it
have
blocks amazingly on turn 1.
You have landfall.
Yeah. Yeah. The landfall in chapter 2, just all your birds get super buff. And then it basically, to me, chapter 3 reads like attack again. Because the creature that you get is also just going to be a fat trampler. So attack with a fat trampler for 2 turns. Block amazingly on the first turn. Get a little bit of value on the second chapter. This is a B+ for me.
Yeah, I think it's good enough as wrapping up the game that it is a B+. A Realm Reborn for 4 and double green. Enchantment, other permanents you control have tap at 1 mana of any color. Never. F.
Jumbo Cactuar. Jumbo Cactuar is 5 green for a creature plant. It's a 1/7 and a 1,000 needles. Whenever this creature attacks, it gets plus 9,999 plus 0 until end of turn. So it becomes a 10,000/7 for 7 mana. This is an F.
I mean, yeah, it's not good. It's horrible. But with any kind of trample, the game is over when it attacks, right? The common +3/+3 trample with a common bird that gives all the creatures trample on the last 3 steps. That's Fat Chocobo. With a red one fling that's really bad. But you're not gonna do that probably. You don't need a fling. Trample is so much easier. It's on a good card. It's on good cards. So forget about fling. I mean, it does end the games there, Scotty.
In those situations, yeah.
Look at the flavor
Wait, are you
text.
still thinking about this?
I mean, it is. It is. Or, I mean, but I'm gonna go D-.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
it is a 7 mana 1/7 though. That's a little bit of a problem.
I'm just gonna point to this card every single time. You're just like, "How is this a D minus?" It's such a you thing to say. It's because it's every single time you're gonna say that in the future, from years from now. I'm just gonna be like, because Jumbo Cacto R is a D minus.
Okay. On to the green mythics.
Randomly flip greens?
There should be no. There are none.
Nope. Okay. Yeah, Traveling Chocobo. So Traveling Chocobo is 2 and a green for a creature bird. It's a 3/2. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may play lands and cast bird spells from the top of your library. If a land or bird you control entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. So a 3/2 that you can then peel lands off the top is strong. That's pretty stinking strong. That gets you value in like half the turns, and it's not bad. That's worth it, even though the stats of a 3/2 are not amazing. Bird spells is a little awkward because the Saga's a bird. There's some birds in like different rarities, but there's also a decent amount of cards that look like they're bird spells but aren't bird spells because they literally are not bird or creatures. Like you cannot really play the 2-drop with this, the Gychel greens. Yeah, so specifically the Gychel greens are not bird spells, which is sad. But yeah, so obviously triggering landfall twice is fine. Overall, I think this is totally fine 3-drop. This is a B for me.
Fat Chocobo makes 2/2s, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Fat Chocobo is pretty dang good to peel off this. Double trample. Oh no, that doesn't work.
I mean, what do you give it?
B.
I'm actually fine with a B+. Like, you gotta remove this, right? Or you're just gonna play every land, and it actually does make the birds better, right? Quite a bit better. I'm on a B+. I love this. I think it's amazing. Ancient Adamantoise. For 5 and a green, and a green, and a green. It's 8 mana. Okay, it's 8/20, Vigilance, Ward 3. Damage isn't removed from this creature during cleanup steps. Oh, this is the longest boss in Final Fantasy. Even though I didn't play the Final Fantasy 15, I know that. All damage that would be dealt to you and other permanents you control is dealt to this creature instead. When this creature dies, exile it and create 10 tapped treasure tokens. That probably doesn't matter. 8 mana, 8/20, Vigilance, Ward 3. Wait, if opponent has a death touch creature. Sorry. It just dies? This just dies?
It just dies, yeah.
Oh no. Oh no! Wait, like, no, it doesn't matter. They just attack. No! They attack with a death touch creature. And this is dead. If you block or if you don't block, it's the same.
Yeah, literally the common black flyer. the green common.
The green common, the common black flyer, the amazing uncommon Dimir card. Crap. Shit. This is not good then. But also removals. Like, it's there are a lot of problems here. It's also a removal spell that gets this. This is different than the 8/8 flyer. Protects you from everything. But also when you play this, you can attack with everything and you don't care, right? Kinda.
Yep.
It's not an F, right?
I don't think so. The amount of impact it has on a board when you discount Death Touch is kind of big in terms of how it messes with your opponent's combat.
But also, it's an 8-drop that if they have removal for it, you are in pain. You're in pain, then. You're in huge pain. I think it's garbage. I'm gonna give it a D minus.
I think it's D minus, yeah. Sadly.
Sadly.
I mean, because like you have a choice, right? You have a choice. Let's say you have 2 buttons, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna build a green ramp deck. You can press a button to put Ancient Adamant twice in your deck, and because like, okay, this is my finisher, or you can press a button that puts 3 of the green land cyclers in your deck as your finishers. I'm pretty sure 3 of the green land cyclers are just better
Yeah,
to just close out games, which
yeah.
is sad.
It's pretty sad.
So D minus.
Okay. It's a really cool card though. It would be nice if it did something else, right? Made the body, gained you life. Probably not gain life, like draw you some cards. Like, draw you some cards because then treasure tokens you can use them. Yeah. Okay. We are on to... Is this right? Well, wait, FCA, right? That's